You know that stomach drop moment when you forget deodorant, sprint for the bus, and end up wedged armpit first beside a stranger who definitely knows. You try to stand perfectly still, but one bead of sweat makes you feel like a walking crime scene. Now drag that panic back to Oog's world, before soap, toothpaste, toilet paper, or even private bathrooms, and then forward to Rome, where people wiped with a shared vinegar-soaked sponge on a stick called a tersorium. Stick around, and you'll know which ancient hygiene tricks would make you gag instantly, and which prehistoric solution was actually smarter than it sounds. Oog, our overconfident hero, is about to test history's nastiest ways to stay clean, from ash and animal fat to techniques nobody should legally survive. And the worst part? Some of history's most disgusting bathroom tools were just considered normal. Back in the cave's official toilet area, which was just a breezy corner with no dignity, Oog held up a stick wrapped in suspicious sponge and grinned like he'd invented weekends. Baby saw it, sneezed, and crawled behind a rock for self-defense. Oog slapped his chest. Today, Oog become master of clean. By sunset, whole caves smell like mountain breeze, not mammoth armpit. Wife stood beside roasting roots and smoke-drying fish, arms crossed, eyeing a pile of feast berries already absorbing cave stink like purple air fresheners that had given up. Oog, if smell had legs, ours would run away from us. Smell has no legs, Oog said. Oog checked. Then why did the fish move itself farther from you? Elder woman marched in, holding a flat stone labeled Smell Judge. Neighboring tribe arrives at sunset. If feast smells like wet bison, alliance is doomed. The sun had already started sliding down the sky, orange and judgmental. Oog squinted at it. Sun slow, Oog fast. Hygiene terrified of Oog. Far in the future, archaeologists would find Roman public latrines at Pompeii and Herculaneum, Italy, with evidence of the vinegar-soaked shared tersorium, a communal bathroom lollipop from your nightmares. Oog had no idea Rome existed, but he admired the worst possible stick. He grabbed a basket of historic supplies: ash, twigs, eggshells, oily nuts, and a clay cup he called But Science. At Indus Valley sites in Pakistan and India, archaeologists have found ancient washing vessels called lotus, part of cleaning traditions over 2,000 years old. Oog's cup, sadly, held beetles. He strutted toward the feast pit, tripped over a patch of soft green moss, face-planted, then blamed the ground. Useless swamp fur. He ripped up the moss and jammed it into his belt. Wife pointed. That looks useful. No time. Oog yelled. Sunset fears me. It didn't. Oog started with teeth, the cave's front door for stink. He grabbed a twig, chewed one end into sad bristles, dipped it in ash and crushed eggshell, and scrubbed like he was trying to erase his own face. Not pure cave nonsense. At Ur and Nippur in Iraq, evidence from ancient Mesopotamia shows people used frayed twigs and abrasive tooth powders made from ash and eggshell. Oog just used enough pressure to polish a statue. He spat gray foam. His teeth looked like tiny rocks in a fireplace. Boychild peeked around the wall. Uncle Oog, why your smile make dust cloud? Oog grinned, ash packed between every tooth. History says Oog is correct. Then a pebble of eggshell fell out like dental gravel. It's like brushing with sandpaper because one influencer said natural while selling a subscription box. Outside, the sun dropped lower. Wife pointed at the stretching shadows. Less posing, more cleaning. Sunset is not waiting for your mouth gravel. Mouth gravel powerful, Oog said, but even baby crawled backward. So Oog upgraded from teeth to the whole body. Hair traps stink. Hair is enemy. He mashed limey rock, bitter plants, and something labeled definitely not eye food into a paste. Ancient Egyptians prized smooth, hairless cleanliness. Scenes like the tomb of Reckmeyer show elite grooming with shaved bodies, and Lees-Manish research describes depilatories made from arsenic and quicklime. Elder woman arrived as Oog smeared the paste above one eye. Clean is good. Poison clean is less good. Science tingle, Oog said. The eyebrow vanished with a tiny smoke puff. Boychild clapped. Now your face has a bald caterpillar and a scared caterpillar. Elder woman tapped her smell stone. Some Egyptians shaved for parasites, sweat, and ritual purity. They also had experts. You have beetle cup. Oog lifted his chin, one eyebrow proud, one eyebrow gone. History says Oog is correct. Wife sighed. History should get a lawyer. Outside, shadows stretched long enough to look disappointed. Elder man shuffled through the smoke, poked Oog's belt moss with his stick, and muttered, "Soft thing ignored becomes hard lesson." Then walked away, which was his entire brand. Wife grabbed Oog's wrist. "You are not making us clean. You are making history happen to us." Oog gasped. "Great compliment." It was a warning. Oog responded with the biggest idea possible. A public luxury bathhouse made of one puddle, two rocks, and the confidence of a man who should be supervised. He poured olive oil on everyone. In Greece, athletes at places like Olympia scraped off oil, sweat, and dirt with curved metal strigils. The gross scrapings, called gloios, were sometimes saved and sold as ointment. Yes, ancient gym gunk had a resale market. Your used treadmill towel just found a business model. Roman bathers, including crowds at the baths of Caracalla, used oil and strigils instead of soap. Oog heard oil and skipped skill. Everyone slipped. Wife slid past holding fish. Elder woman spun in place. Baby rode a root like a canoe. Oog raised the vinegar-soaked tersorium. Final clean stick. Boy child sniffed it. Why does the clean stick smell worse than the dirty cave? The entire tribe shouted. History says Oog is banned. Oil launched boy child across the floor. He grabbed the moss from Oog's belt, wiped his muddy knee, and stopped. Soft swamp fur works. Wife stared at the clean patch. Oog stared at the sponge. For once, the sponge lost. The cave went silent, except for one wet plop from the cursed sponge. Then the rival tribe's drums rolled across the valley. Sunset had arrived. Oog looked at the oil puddle, the eyebrow crime scene, the ash-toothed children, and the moss in boy child's hand. For the first time all day, his confidence did something useful. It stopped charging forward and started aiming. Wife handed him another strip of moss. "Try the thing that didn't attack us." Elder woman smiled like she'd been waiting since breakfast. "Clean is good. Poison clean is less good." Boy child wiped mud from his knee again. "It feels like cloud that respects boundaries." Girl child quietly twisted moss into little bundles and set them in a neat pile. Baby grabbed one, wore it as a hat, and looked personally betrayed by softness. Oog held up the sponge, then the moss. History says he paused. Everyone braced. Elder man nodded. Small brain grows when big mouth rests. Oog lowered the sponge. History says Oog maybe listen. And here comes the wild part. In the Hallstatt salt mines of Austria, preserved prehistoric fecal matter contained moss and plant fibers, according to Parasitology in 2012. Ancient people weren't just grabbing random forest fluff. Moss was soft, absorbent, portable, and 1,000 times better than sharing one vinegar but lollipop with the whole neighborhood. Oog tested it. One wipe on a muddy arm. Clean. One dab on oily fingers. Better. One bundle near the toilet corner. Civilized enough that the berries stopped smelling like regret. Then the neighboring tribe arrived early, saw the Roman-style shared tersorium, and froze outside the cave entranced like they'd discovered a murder weapon. They refused to enter. Oog panicked and offered the moss bundles instead. The drums stopped. The neighboring tribe cheered from a safe distance. Wife gave Oog the smallest possible nod of respect. Elder woman looked smug enough to season soup. Boy child whispered, "Uncle Oog invented fancy but leaves." Girl child held up 3 more bundles with quiet pride. Baby chewed one and immediately regretted having teeth. The alliance feast was saved, not because Oog proved every ancient method was genius, but because he finally chose the safest material available. Back in the same windy toilet corner where Oog once waved the disgusting shared sponge like a trophy, he now stood calm, cleanish, and missing one eyebrow. Instead of shouting, he handed out soft green moss bundles while everyone cheered. No grand speech, no beetle cup, no public oil skating rink. Just Oog, quietly retiring the sponge. Want to avoid Oog-level disasters? Replace one gross but normal habit today. Wash your towel, clean your toothbrush holder, or finally retire that kitchen sponge that smells like a swamp lawyer. Build a hygiene backup kit. Tissues, hand sanitizer, floss, spare deodorant.